Sir, I rise in considerable anguish to speak and support with amendments the Aadhaar Bill 2016. Yesterday we had the ritualistic obeisance to the importance of the Rajya Sabha. Today we are knocking a nail into the coffin of the upper house. I am executing only my duty which is enjoined on me by Article 109 of the Constitution. I have no regard to the consequences of this debate because we all know what the end result of this debate is going to be. However, we have to do our duty, and that duty has been enjoined on us by Article 109, and I am grateful for small mercies that we are at least having the opportunity for having a debate on this bill in this house. Sir, let me begin by saying that contrary to what the leader of the opposition has tried to portray, I have been a strong, vocal, and enthusiastic supporter of the Aadhaar idea and the Aadhaar legislation from the day it was born in the chamber of the then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. As Union Rural Development Minister, I was the first one to use the Aadhaar idea, the Aadhaar number in the payment of wages for Manrega, the payment of pensions under the National Social Assistance Program, and for the delivery of food subsidies beginning in East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh and then taken up in Chittoor district. So I need no certificates or lectures on my commitment to Aadhaar. Sir, the leader of the House has given a detailed exposition on why this is a money bill, and I will not go over those arguments. I am not a lawyer. I am not a constitutional expert, but I am a student of constitutional history. In Article 110, the word only has a special significance. Unfortunately, the former Attorney General of India, who is a nominated member of this House, is not present. I spent long hours with him over the weekend, and he has given me a 10-page letter, a 10-page note, which I am willing to place on the table of the House, which argues that in pith and substance the Aadhaar bill is not a money bill. This is the former Attorney General of India who has said this. I am glad 6 years later this government is coming forward with a different bill, similar in some respects, different in other aspects, but they are coming forward with this bill. The Honorable Leader of the House said, where I stand depends on where I sit. Sir, I supported GST when I stood there, and I support GST when I am sitting here. I supported Aadhaar when I was there, and I support Aadhaar when I am here. I supported the land acquisition bill there, and I support the land acquisition bill here. On all these three, the former leader of the opposition and his party have changed their minds when they have gone from here to there. So I need no certificates of my intellectual integrity from the leader of the house. Sir, I know come to the bill proper. I support the Aadhaar bill. I want the Aadhaar bill, but I am proposing some major amendments. Yes, those are amendments even to the 2010 bill. As the Honorable Leader of the House has admitted, we learn from experience. So, what is wrong if the amendments I am proposing go against the 2010 bill itself? Sir, much has been said about the finance minister's budget, but one thing that struck me in this budget is his enormous fascination for the number 9, some numerology for number 9. In paragraph 13 of the budget speech, the finance minister gives 9 objectives for economic policy. In para 90, the finance minister gives 9 objectives for financial sector reforms, and finally in para 117 he gives 9 objectives for tax policy. Sir, I am a great admirer of the leader of the house. I will give 9 objections to the Aadhaar bill. Sir, the fundamental departure on the Aadhaar Bill 2016 comes from a recognition that even today Aadhaar must be used, but it must be voluntary. It must not be mandatory. Sir, let me backtrack a little. Let me rewind a little. What is Aadhaar? There is enormous confusion on what is Aadhaar, and that Aadhaar will somehow identify people who are entitled for subsidy. Aadhaar does not determine who is eligible and who is not eligible. Please let us get rid of this myth. Aadhaar is proof of identity. I am sure the Honorable Leader of the House agrees with me. However, sir, the Speaker's decision is final. We respect that decision. But I do want to raise one question here. The Honorable Leader of the House in this House and in the other House said, "Who are you to argue about the Aadhaar bill being a money bill? The Juvenile Justice Bill in 1986 and the African Development Bank Bill in 1983 were declared as money bills. Who gives you the moral authority to argue?" Sir, I was astonished by what the Honorable Leader of the House said. Could it be that the Juvenile Justice Bill was a money bill? Could it be that the African Development Bank Bill of 1983 was a money bill? I went to Parliament House Library. I read 500 pages of debate on both these bills. I contacted the officers concerned with both the bills. And finally, sir, I asked the Rajya Sabha Secretariat whether they were money bills or not. And what do I get from the Rajya Sabha Secretariat? The African Development Bank Bill 1983, debated in this House on May 9, 1983, was not a money bill. The Juvenile Justice Bill, debated in this House on the 18th of November 1986, was not a money bill, and the Leader of the House is telling us that these are money bills. I would like the leader of the house to tell us whether this goes contrary to the information that we have.